basic shape for the box. And what I've done is I basically created a square and I just butt ended them at 90 degrees. I was able to cut at 90 degrees, so basically I butt ended them both sides. I created two squares. Then I've put this through. I put basically cross beams through. Just need to sand it back. I've glued and nailed it, and I've only used one nail because then I can twist the frame into shape and then the glue sets it into position. Bearing in mind it's going to be clad, and the cladding is actually going to give it most of the rigid strength, so I'm quite happy with that. So what I've got to do now is clad the base, sand this back, sand this down, and then clad the base. So that's my next bit. Right, so what I did is when I created the ends, I used a square to square up the ends, and then put it in, and I just did that all the way around. And it's square enough for the job. It's wood, remember. Now what I'm going to do is take these and slightly overdo it, and then trim off. Because I've got a router, I can trim off the excess using the router, and so then I get something like that. That's all I've got to do. So just nail them in, router around, done. So as I said, I'm using wood glue and just a bead all the way around. Get into the gaps if you can, and then pin it into place. So the first one I'm going to do is the top one, because I want to line that up as much as I can into place, squidge it in, line it up on the edges, and just use ordinary panel pins. I would say a small hammer. Make sure you've got plenty of I might use longer pins. Short pins to place them. Now we use larger pins later. So we click the tongue and groove in, line it up on the edge, pin it on the edge. And remember, it's a pirate chest. It doesn't actually need to be that smart. In fact, if it looks too smart, it's not going to be a pirate chest, is it? So that's now pinned in place. Actually, yep, I'm happy with that edge. I can quite easily do, and then I just router the rest of it. What I might do is I might trim that off first and then router the edges, just to get the main bit off. But then use longer panel pins. Just try and avoid the nails that's in the corner. So basically, just do all the way around and then clean it up. Right then, clad it, as you can see. I'm actually quite pleased with that. What I did is I did a short clad on this side, and then I did a long clad on this thing, and just basically just sand it back. It'll get sanding when I finished it. but I've got little details, like I had a cracked piece here in the wood, and what I did is I've included it because I liked that effect. If you look at the top, it's rounded at the top, and then you've got the end clad here. So I'm going to do something about cladding on this side. I have these as well, which is an L bracket. And you see it's been used before. So basically something like that, maybe at the front. So yeah, something like that, just to cover the ends up, and it'll look like that. I'm quite happy with that. I'm really happy with that. If I show you the inside, if I show you the bottom, you've got the bottom here, which still needs sanding down. I think it's got one corner which is a little bit proud, so I can sand that back. I think it's this one here. No? Yeah, that's a little bit proud. So I can work with that, not a problem. And as you can see, that's actually in there. I've put it on the base, and then if you look at the inside of the base, in there, I basically just cut it. I've got a hole there. I don't really care because it's a pirate chest. But and then what I've done is I've glued all the way around the edges, and then as you can see there is probably there's dust in here. And what that is I've put the glue in, smoothed it down with water and a sponge, and what I did is I took a load of the sawdust and just shoved it in and just threw it in as much as I could in, put it around, and then just padded it into the glue. Now when the glue's finished setting, I hoover off the excess, and I can brush off the excess and then hoover it, so when I paint it, that wood will soak in the paint as well, and it actually does work. I've done it before. I've actually made fillers using sawdust. So I've got a bit of wood filler, I've got a hole. You can use a bit of clear glue, a little bit of sawdust, mix it in, put it on, and what it does, it matches the wood. There we go. That's the base done. Now the lid. I've still got a load of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on the lid there, most likely on the side. Yeah, that'll be on the side, and then create another rectangle on the top, and then I'm going to do the curving of the lid. Now the curving of the lid is from a kindly donated stole. It's just the right size for the curving, just the right size. So what I'm going to do is, as you can see, it's curved on the top, but it's straight on this edge, and that's the edge I want. But I've got holes in it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these off, smooth it back. Doesn't matter, it's a pirate chest. So that's the bit I'm going to do next. So it's looking alright, it's looking good. I'm quite pleased with that. I'm very pleased.